Washburn Center for Children is a children's mental health agency. Our mission is to help children with social, emotional, and behavior problems lead more successful lives.
I think mental health is really uncomfortable, and I think we can help families see it in a way that's not so horrible, in a way that they can maybe take us the next step.
Today, we're really the leading children's mental health resource in the state of Minnesota. I think families come to Washburn generally because they're in a lot of pain. Currently, Washburn serves between 2,700 and 3,000 kids a year.
Many of them are referred because they can't even be in school all day. Their mental health issues were getting in their way of learning and getting in the way of them developing as kids should. And it feels really good when they're able to say, I did it. I love it when kids say, I did it.
Back in 2008, we committed to building a center of excellence in children's mental health. This was a big thing for Washburn. We were a smaller agency then, and we just had never done anything on this scale. We ended up committing to a $16 million capital campaign. In about a year and a half, it moved up to $21 million, and we ended up needing about $24.5 million to complete it.
All through the design and the planning process, the starting point that we kept coming back to is we wanted to envision and think about what a child's experience of the space would be, with everything from the shape of the halls to the design of the cubbies to the feeling of the lobby.
One of the biggest things that we identified was in creating a healing environment was natural light. I had one person say to me when she came to visit the building, she said, Steve, when I walk into this building, it makes me smile.
There's one little girl that I see that we did individual therapy in the old building, and then we moved to the new building. And there was the first couple sessions, we just stared out the window and watched birds. And then we were able to talk and not be so kind of confined in a windowless room.
A second piece that we've added when we got into the building was we incorporated a child clinical training institute.
The fundamental idea and purpose is we know we can improve outcomes for kids and families if we can really provide access to this type of training. In this case, we're providing this type of training to the entire staff at Washburn. And then also integrating that with a facility that was designed specifically to do this work, as well as 2 collaborative, concurrent, ongoing evaluation projects that will look at this as well. So that integration of practice with training, evaluation, and a facility, we haven't seen anything like that we're aware of. I think, unfortunately, there's still a fair amount of stigma about children's mental health, and there's a status where mental health services and training are still separated and not supported, funded, respected in the same way that services are on the medical side.
So in some ways, this building is kind of a manifestation of the whole community coming together, saying our children's mental health is important, where people will know that we value our children's mental health in the Twin Cities community. I think one of the most rewarding things about being at Washburn, and as I say, I've been here for 28 years, is really seeing and knowing that you're making a difference in changing children's lives.
We have heard so many stories from parents and from children about how grateful they are for the new space and how much they enjoy it and how appreciated they feel.